Bayless and Shannon Sharp, good morning.
Good morning.
So today, I guarantee victory over Shannon Sharp. How about that?
I bet you'll be backtracking by the end of the day.
I will not.
Serious?
I bet you'll be backtracking
I guarantee it. Because I guarantee it every day, and then I just do it.
You guaranteed a victory on Sunday against the Jets.
I
What
did
happened?
not guarantee it. You did. You said it would be by 14 or more points, said the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp. Wrong again.
Jenny, you missed to have some hot ales served up.
Yeah,
yesterday.
just a few. We've got a packed show today, maybe a few more. Will the Eagles upset the Cowboys and take first place in the NFC East? We'll go there. And is it too soon to compare Patrick Mahomes to all-time greats? But first, we will start with what we saw last night. The Packers beat the Lions last night to advance to 5-1 and stay on top of a crowded NFC North division. Detroit led early in the fourth quarter, but two questionable calls extended drives for the Packers. This allowed Green Bay to complete the comeback, defeating the Lions 23-22 on a Mason Crosby walk-off field goal. After the game, Rodgers was asked if he thinks the Packers caught breaks with the officiating and said, quote, "I think it equals out pretty good over the years." So, Shannon, over the years, did those calls cost the Lions the game?
No, those calls did not cost the Detroit Lions a victory. It was their inability to get the ball in the end zone. Skip, they kicked 5 field goals. T.J. Hawkinson dropped a touchdown pass. Did they not have
Hard catch, but he didn't hold on.
Skip, he high pointed the ball. He had the ball and he landed and it popped out. Did they not have a 13-point lead? So they had that, right? Okay. Instead of kicking field goals, you punch the ball into the end zone.
Okay.
If they get one more touchdown, instead of kicking a field goal, they win this ball game.
Good point.
But give the Packers defense credit. They were able to keep them out of the end zone, hang around long enough, and when you got that guy up in Lambeau, where's number 12, the most gifted thrower of the football that we've ever laid eyes on.
Really? Huh.
Yes.
Interesting.
You need to stop, Skip.
I haven't started
Yeah,
yet.
It has not
Okay.
started.
Look, throughout the course of the game, there are going to be calls that are missed, calls that are made. I don't think the call on Geronimo Allison should have been helmet to helmet. Skip, the guy's going for the pick, and the helmets collide. I mean, what do you expect them to do? Not go for the pick, just go over the top? Well, I really can get this interception, but they're going to call me for helmet to helmet if I. No, you don't do that, Skip. Rodgers was great. He overcame some huge. No, those are drops. You see that drop, Skip, on the 1-yard line where the ball pops up out of that is a drop.
Yep.
Not throwing behind the guy and it caroms off his hand. Those aren't drops. That was a drop. So let me get this straight. He's playing without Devontae Adams, and then midway through the third quarter, Geronimo Allison goes down. Now, I know a guy that his number one guy went out on Sunday, and he assaulted himself after that, but that's not the here nor there anymore. I brought that up, Jenny. He's doing it with a guy that he went and lobbied to play in the game with. He says, can this guy play? I know he's on the practice squad a couple of weeks ago, but can I get him in the game? Get him in the game and make him a hero. That's what those guys can do. See, he doesn't need a number one receiver, throwing the ball to Mercedes Lewis, throwing the ball to Valdez Scanlon, throwing the ball to Lazard. Yeah, that's his name, Lazard. That's what he does, Skip. The great ones can do that. The great ones can take average guys and make them look phenomenal. They don't always necessarily have to have top flight guys to make them look good. See, Aaron Rodgers is good without makeup. Your guy needs makeup, and lots of it. He needs Zeke. He needs offensive line. He needs Amari. He needs Gallup. My guy is beautiful without makeup. Your guy not. So that's why they won.
How did this get to be about Dak?
I don't know.
Did I call Dak's name? I did not call Dak's name. I'm saying my guy, which is Aaron Rodgers, looked beautiful last night, and that was a virtuoso.
Really?
Again, falling behind by 13.
Makeup free.
I saw a whole different game.
This is what happens when your guy falls behind, he loses.
Really?
That guy falls behind, he wins. The end.
By the way, I'm going to get to this in just a moment, but Alan Lazard is not just some guy. Trust me, he's not.
Oh,
some
he's not
guy.
just. Hold on.
I'm going to explain to you in just a minute just how good he can be.
Fair.
But you brought this up. I wasn't going to start here, but I'll start here.
What'd
So
you say?
Aaron Rodgers last night was so great. He had a QBR of 42 on a scale of 0 to 100. That's 8 points below average. He was 42. He now ranks 16th in the National Football League at a total of 53 average for all of his 6 games. They're 5-1, but his QBR is 53. My guy leads the league. Dak Prescott leads the league, and he had a 74 on Sunday. Aaron had a 42 last night. I don't know. So you brought it up, and I finished it. Thank you very much.
If I give you or Jerry Jones the choice,
yeah,
you can have Aaron Rodgers or Dak Prescott. Who do you think, Jerry?
I think for the long haul from here on, because Aaron's starting to look a little long in the tooth to me.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Skip.
Dak Prescott.
You ought to be ashamed.
I'm not ashamed because I thought the refs beat the Detroit Lions last night more than Aaron Rodgers beat the Detroit Lions.
Really?
Yes. I think at least the refs helped cost Detroit that game. And you know what? This was yet another national stage embarrassment for the National Football League. And I'm just getting tired of it because I love this game. I love this league. I've covered this league for a long, long time, and it goes deep in my heart. I can't wait for NFL Sundays. I can't wait for Mondays and Thursdays. And I can wait to have to sit through what happened in the second half last night to the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to tell my quick story again about Jerry Jones. I used to argue with him constantly about this phenomenon that he called human frailty among referees. And his point was, it's just part of the game, and it actually helps our game because the occasional bad call creates controversy and day after conversation and ultimately even more interest in our great game of football. Jerry, I don't want to have to sit here on Tuesday morning and talk about bad calls instead of great plays. I would much rather talk about great plays. And frankly, Jerry, I'd rather be talking about the Cowboys winning football games than losing, but that's a whole nother issue.
Good luck with that anytime soon.
Okay, so what did we see last night? We saw gross incompetence throughout the second half versus the Detroit Lions. And I felt sorry for him, and I can't defend Matt Stafford. His QBR was 38 last night because he got off to a hot start, and then he just quickly sort of disappeared in that game. And they go 3 for 13 on third downs, to your point, and they wind up with 5 field goals, and you're going to have a hard time winning, even though they won the turnover battle 3-0. How many times does the home team lose 3-0 in the turnovers and win the game? It's rare, but it happened last night, and the refs had a whole lot to do with it. Can we go to the first play that you brought up, the only play that you brought up that was a bad call, and it was the first play of the second half, Aaron Rodgers to Geronimo, and what happens? Tracy Walker happens, and he goes for the football, and you're exactly right. I don't know how he's just trying to get the football. He's trying to intercept or disrupt the pass.
Right.
And he was furious after the game, and he said, I felt like I went for the ball, and it just so happened we collided. Okay, well, is that fair to say? They just so happened they had a little helmet to helmet. And Geronimo, God bless him, he got hurt. But Tracy Walker said, I was looking for the ball. It was an awful call by them.
Yeah.
Well, it was a 15-yard penalty that helped set up a drive that led to the tying field goal. So there's 3 right there that it helped anyway. Now let's go to play number 2, which was the first of the illegal hands to the face. So this is, it's a 22-13 game. It's 3rd and 10 from the 45, and Aaron Rodgers is sacked on this play, if we could see it, by Trey Flowers. He's sacked. And this is going to really change the game, and illegal hands to the face. I don't see it. No, he hit him up in the shoulder pad.
You got a shoulder pad.
Yeah, but it's a sack. It's a sack. Aaron Rodgers goes down, and they are going to have to punt the football. And instead, what happened 3 plays later? He throws it to Al Lazard, and it was a really sweet throw. And Aaron made some throws in the fourth quarter that were the best throws I've seen him make in a long, long time. Those were flashbacks of the great old Aaron Rodgers instead of just the old Aaron Rodgers.
Fair.
But that's a horrendous call at that point because it really changes the game because it gives Green Bay 7 points, right? And then let's get to play number 3. This might have been the most egregious play of all. This is 2nd and 6 at the 41 with 7:08 left in the game. And it's a deep pass. Here we go to Marvin Jones. And the kid, Will Redmond, cuts in, and this is blatant interference. That's just like grabbing him across the front of him and yanking him out of the way of the football. It's blatant pass interference, and now we've gone so far overboard on the pass interference rule that they're just not calling it anymore.
Exactly.
They just don't call it. And so the DBs are starting to think, wait a second, I can get away with murder because they won't call anything
You
now.
see plays more egregious than that every Sunday.
Okay, well, that was an egregious one because that's
For a touchdown, he probably kick a field goal.
Okay, so you probably kick a field goal, but that would put you up 5 with, let's say, 6 minutes to go, and it's a whole different tilt to the game because now you got to go get a touchdown, Aaron. You don't get to.
Aaron would have got it.
Okay, well, yeah, you can say that now. Now we get to the final play, and this is 3rd and 4th to 16, and Aaron throws it incomplete. Remember, he had a QBR of only 42 in the game. But again, Trey Flowers, poor Trey Flowers, he gets it again. And it kind of looks at first glance like hand to the face,
Right.
but it's hand to the top of the shoulder pads. Mm-hmm. It's just wrong. It's a phantom hand to the face. It's up into the top of the pads, but not touching neck or face. Mm. Okay, so it's egregiously wrong again on Trey Flowers. So what did that prove? What did that serve at that point? Okay, so what it would have been is you're going to have to go ahead and kick a fairly makeable short